Talk, episode 4. This is your boy B.
Yo, this your boy King Karam.
Yeah.
This is Dre Nice with the Hoodio.
Yeah.
Hey, it's Steph the Oracle.
Oracle, aka living legend. Yeah, she's a legend to me. I said it in front of her husband. So what's good, y'all? How's everybody?
Everybody's good, man. We're good, man.
Yo, another show, another week, another show. We here.
Another blessed week. I'm good.
Yep.
How you feeling today? You feeling good?
How you feeling?
I'm better. Hip is getting
That's
better.
Good. That's good to hear.
Even though somebody said you cripple. That's an awful word to use, by the way.
Who said
Some
that?
guy named King Karam.
Shout out to the ADA, to the American Disability Association.
See?
Being compliant as always.
Unbelievable. And if you see him, because he has these new glasses, right? So I think he's really arrogant right now.
Oh,
with these
he's
new
feeling
glasses.
himself.
Feeling good. He's Bollywood beautiful right now.
Oh,
So you're saying he has a disability,
Disrespectfully.
Karim?
not an intellectual disability.
See? You see? If you see these glasses, I promise you, I already told him God said to give me those glasses because I would be an asshole too, yo. Oh, man.
So what we got today?
Oh, we got everything today, man. Today's very important. Today's a year of the Black Mamba, a.k.a. Kobe Bryant's death.
R.I.P.
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 It's still tough. It's still... I remember the moment I found out. I was laying down, and then somebody hit me in the text and said, "Yo, Kobe Bryant's helicopter crashed." And I said, I ain't gonna lie. One thing I did say was, I was like, "Oh my God!" I said, "Please don't let it be what I think it is, and please tell me he wasn't with his daughter."
Damn. Yeah.
I said it.
You said that?
Yeah, because he's always with his daughter, taking her to basketball games
Oh,
now.
yeah.
through the
past few
means
years.
of...
Gianna, yeah.
I didn't know that. See, I didn't know that.
From driving, etc. Because he said he took over those moments that he never had with his kids. Now he's retired.
Yep.
So he told his wife, "Babe, I got this.
I'll
you know what I mean? You live."
I'll
Like,
drop her off. Yep.
yeah. And that's my heart screamed, "Dang, I hope the baby girl's not in the helicopter for anything." You know what I mean?
Right.
Man, that it crushed me. That Kobe passed. You know what I mean? Because I always tell people I wasn't the extremist Kobe Bryant fan, but man, he's a legend.
He is.
Yeah, and the legend continues, man. Thank God for social media. Thank God for the internet. Thank God for video recordings. We get to remember this guy for his legacy.
Yep.
Right.
Shout out the Lakers right now. You know what I mean? Shout out, what's the name? He just scored 46 the other night.
LeBron.
18 season in, dropping 46.
Beast.
Man, he should go already. It's time to retire.
Nah, he should get 7 rings and get it out the way. So people
Isn't
stop
he at that
bothering him.
age already now where it's almost like almost retirement?
What are you saying? You're talking about ageism right now.
No, it's not, because
Discriminate.
once you start in your mid-30s, that's like you're already...
Oh, but if people feel like
Time for the
they could
pasture.
continue, then if you're strong enough, then you should.
Listen, Tom Brady's how old, and he's throwing...
Yeah, but all he does is in the pocket, bro. Stays in the
What
pocket.
does that mean?
What does that even mean?
Hold on. So it's in the pocket, right?
He stays in the pocket.
43-year-old guy who's going to the Super Bowl again 10 times, right? And you have the other guy who we played last week who threw 3 interceptions, who's younger than him. And come to find out, of course, they said that he had a broken, not a collarbone. Something was messed up, and he forced his way to play. So,
Man.
up in the air, right? But at the end of the day, man, LeBron is a beast, and he's living for Kobe right now when he plays and he put the Lakers uniform on.
He has a lot of pressure on his shoulders.
Yeah.
with that,
I don't
but
think it's just him. I think it's that whole
I think
generation.
it's the whole team.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's so many of them. Kyrie Irving, that was his mentor. I don't know if everybody knew that. Kobe mentored him, in basketball. So it's so much, and it hurts so much just for the fact that when Kobe started doing things between, winning an Oscar for animation, like a year later after he retires, he was doing so much for his community.
Yeah, he was doing big things.
It was insane, People always try to refer to the past and certain situations he's had, but people the real ones refer to what he was doing after retirement. He could have been chilling.
Yeah, I think what you do off the court matters also.
Right.
And he played a big part of that, Try to, especially with his daughter's life.
Absolutely.
He built the whole academy was it the Black Mamba Academy?
Right,
You know,
right.
for the youth.
For the youth, yeah.
You know, it wasn't just males. I think it was just females also. It was just
Right.
for boys and girls.
It was especially for the girls.
For the girls, yeah.
You know, coaching the girls. You know,
So he gave back to the community in the big ways.
Like they say, on screen, off screen, you know, all every action matters. You know?
Right.
So, and like, definitely when like I said, every time you hear that word Kobe, you know, it strikes something into you, you know, and it means for you to bring out your best.
Absolutely.
You know, and like I said, LeBron, you know what I mean, like he's not bringing anything less than the best, you know what I mean? And I agree with R&B, you know, when he say, you know, LeBron's definitely living through Kobe, and Kobe's living through LeBron,
right?
Yeah,
and they're gonna get another one this year. I think.
Yeah, okay, but me, I grew up a Knicks fan.
I'm still a Knicks fan.
Yeah,
Don't get it twisted.
You know, but I grew up a Knicks fan, and at the same time, you hated him because he always beat your team.
Yeah,
you know, even until now, when you're older, you're like, I hate this guy. But you know what? You have to respect him for it.
Right. Except for Linsanity.
Linsanity
Caught him. He caught him sleeping.
Yep.
And now Lin is shout out to Linsanity, man, because you know he did his thing, but he's not in the league right now. So you know things happen, right?
Yeah,
so what are your favorite moments, Kobe Bryant games? Mine's was plain and simple, 81 points. That's insane.
I love the commercial he has with Jenna Rose. Jaden,
yeah.
And at the restaurant, he's like, he orders a martini, and he asks, and Jalen's like, "Hey, how you doing, Jalen?" He's like, "Oh, I'm good." And then the waiter's like, "How many olives you like in there?" 81. And Jalen is just like, he just has that look on his face, like, I know this nigga didn't
just say 81.
He did not just say 80. Oh no. He just played it. Oh man, that's one. Like if I record that video and have it on my phone, that's whenever if I need a good laugh.
Oh man!
Shout out to Sports Center on that.
Yeah,
those guys with those commercials, they were good.
Absolutely,
they were good.
And then he said, "Just kidding." He gets a joke.
he gets a joke. Yeah. Oh man.
Like that hurts though. I don't care who you are. For somebody to say on your team, I dropped 81 points and the highest of the highest in basketball world universe, to say I dropped 81 points on these guys, man.
Yeah, it's not a simple task.
Oh my God, they switched up. You know how many plays did they switch up on him? Kareem, King Kareem. Was it like 3 different plays or 4? To like, okay, you guard him now, and then it was like 15 points here. You guard him, 30 points there.
Yeah,
unguardable.
You know, this is a guy who passed himself the ball off the backboard. Like, you know, the whole team was like, "Yeah, this guy just passed the ball to himself." Like, you know, and scored. Like, you can't, you can't really top those actions.
You know,
I mean, you're like, yeah, like how do I? And only Kobe could top Kobe's actions. Like, you know, I was like, oh, you know what? Let me see who can top that. Nah, I haven't seen someone who can top that yet.
So who's close? Who's close to like even getting to that?
Well, Wilt Chamberlain dropped 100 points. Don't get me wrong, but people has this discussion. What if the eras met, right? So Wilt Chamberlain was one of the tallest people. He was like him, and then Bill Russell. Okay. They were like the tallest guys there. So they just kept passing him the ball, and obviously he didn't go up against Bill Russell to drop 100 points. You know what I mean? They still lost, by the way, which is crazy. But he dropped 100 points on guys who were probably only like 6'6", compared to a guy who was 6'11" or 7 foot tall. Right. So it was just like unbelievable, you know. But people got this thing about the era.
Right.
Well, if LeBron was there, he would have done this. If Kobe was there, he would have done this.
Yeah, but then again, when he came into the league, you know, he grew up watching Jordan.
Right.
So he played with Jordan. So every legend plays with that generation.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like what's like Kobe played with Jordan,
passing the torch,
and then Kobe passed the torch to LeBron. Mm-hmm. Now, then, who's the next guy now for this generation?
Right.
That's a good question. I mean, LeBron obviously is the guy now.
He's still there, but who's the torch going to be passed
after that?
To? Right.
Remains a mystery. I mean,
and it's so weird because after a year later, U.S. Let me see here. I posted it on Facebook. There's a great article on just having a full listing of all his different events and just a big remembrance for Kobe. And I posted it on Facebook on 20Talk 20, guys. So if you could just take a look at that great article, it shows all these great pictures, his connections with his family, his organization, things that he's been so involved for. But just like you guys mentioned before, it's not just only what he did on the basketball court, but what he did outside the basketball court. That was just as important. So
awesome human being.
Yep,
awesome human being.
He even learned Spanish for his wife, which is good.
Oh, I thought he knew how to speak Spanish.
No, he knew. He learned because his mother-in-law. He needed to communicate with her.
I didn't know that.
So he's fluent in Spanish.
Right. I think he's fluent in like 4 different languages.
Yeah, I think it was like 4 languages.
I love that about him.
That's dope. But remember, he used to live in was it Italy? Yeah. I believe. And then remember the commercial when he was talking to the guy in Italy, and he in Italy he said, "We're not done yet. Like, get over here." And then he was balling, which is awesome, man. R.I.P. Kobe Bryant.
R.I.P.
Still, to me, his spirit is living.
Yeah.
Another great legend who passed away, Hank Aaron.
Hank Aaron, the
baseball
hammer.
Great, the hammer. All-time home run hitter. At how much is it now? 740, 750?
I think he had like 86 home runs. How much he hit a lot? He was 80. He was 86 when he passed.
Yeah, 86 when he passed. Right.
You know what I mean? So shout out Hank Aaron.
Yeah, but here's the thing that kind of bothered me.
755 home runs.
755 home runs. Still number one, right?
That's a lot.
Yeah. Here's what bothered me though.
Wait. And no Bonds juice.
No Bonds juice. Wow.
Explain to the younger audience. Explain to the younger audience.
I mean, I'll let the sports specialist explain the Bonds juice.
Okay, so in 1998, I believe Barry Bonds and McGuire was going at it to getting hitting home runs. Yep. I believe the home runs was about 68 or something like that. Memory serves me. So, a few years later, a big epidemic of juicing, aka steroids, came out when a big report came out on all of these dudes.
Jose
Canseco, he became a power snitch. I think his soul couldn't take it.
Everybody was using it.
He just screamed out like, "Yo!"
What's the term that they use now? He was a Twitter. He was a songbird.
He was a songbird.
He was tweeting.
He was
without the Twitter
fingers. Tweets.
Twitter fingers was going insane.
My man was Inception in people's ears. Yo, this guy did this. This guy did that.
Like, it's unbelievable, bro. Like, you didn't have to pay this guy to say it. He just said it. He said,
voluntarily?
No. That's my guy. What are you talking about? 89. Bash Brothers. Yeah, he did that. I think I helped him.
Wow.
Bash Brothers.
Remember they won the championship back in 89 or something like that. Like, unbelievable. So now Barry Bonds' name jumped into it, years later with, of course, Mark McGuire, because this is the second time his name popped up.
For the Hall of Fame?
No, not for the Hall of Fame.
For the,
that's a whole nother story.
For the juicing?
Right, for the juicing. So Hank Aaron, of course, said, "Man, this is a disgrace to baseball. I didn't do none of that. 755 home runs. So in other words, the Hall of Fame yesterday decided not to vote nobody in for the first time in history.
What?
Nobody.
History.
Who was on the ballot?
Who was even being considered?
One of the main guys who everybody knows was Kurt Schilling, aka the Bloody Sock.
Yeah.
Like, I thought he made it already.
Mm-hmm.
What is his name?
Kurt Schilling.
No. His
AKA the Bloody Sock, because he was bleeding when he beat the New York Yankees, and they showed the bloody sock when they was filming, and it was like, what's wrong with his ankle? It was his blood, but he played right through it. Something was wrong with his ankle, but he beat the Yankees that year, and then they won the championship that year. I think it was 2004. But Hall of Fame decided not to bring in nobody.
How bad does it have to be that that's nobody in?
Like, there's nobody there.
Something the article said, it was something about 75% of the players didn't meet the criteria or something like that. So they just skipped. Hey, let's skip it this year. So that's how that went.
Pandemic.
Yeah, let's blame it on the pandemic.
COVID.
Yo, it's not even that, man. Here's the situation, I think. It's not even the juicing. It's the fact that they're at the point where they're saying to themselves, and I think it's like, so who's the guys who's still voting for this? How old are these guys?
Right.
Just like the Academy Awards back, it was
right.
like, when are we going to switch these people out? because these people are up there in age, with all due respect. You know, I don't want to say the ageism situation, but if you're watching a show that you love for 30 straight years, you're going to try to find the same show, right? You're going to try to find, so for these baseball players, the same type of player, the same type of criteria. But that's nonsense.
Yeah, just like Pete Rose.
Pete Rose. You know, he's never going to make it.
Of course. But they want, everyone wants
explain to me. I'm lost.
Okay. Pete Rose was a coach at the time, right?
No, baseball player.
Yeah, he betted on himself for gambling. So he got banned from baseball.
What?
For gambling on himself.
Yeah. For trying to do better on himself?
So the bet was basically saying, I'm going to hit 3. I'm going to make 2 outs and 1 RBI. You sure you're going to do that? Specifically, trust me.
Wow. So, I don't know how that worked out.
So he was banned.
I got this.
But how does that even all, like, trying to figure that out? How does that all work with Hank Aaron? Like, how does it? Well,
Hank Aaron, it was a situation with Hank Aaron is all about the home run situation. So what happens is they pass Hank Aaron in the all time, not all time, but the 1 year they broke his record. It was like, what was it? 68, 65, I think.
Something like that. Yeah.
So, Mark McGwire, 71, Barry Bonds broke his 72. Right,
so A-Rod was another one that was.
A-Rod was close to breaking it, but he didn't break it. But he was juicing too, unfortunately.
So
right,
they disqualified him also.
Right. So Aaron's name will forever be remembered because he was the only guy who never juiced.
Got it.
755 home runs. And that's a lot, though. Let me tell you something, man. You know how many swings you have to take to hit all those home runs?
It says here, Aaron would have to hit 3,000. 16 hits.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he had 2,297 base RBIs, and 6,856 total bases.
Nice. It's a beast right there, man. Those
numbers
are good.
I love baseball. How can I prove it to you? Here's 755 dingers to tell you I love this sport. I ain't gonna lie, man. I get bored quickly with certain things. And baseball, I probably would have been.
Probably not one of them.
Right. I probably would have been like 8 years. I made 80 million. I gotta go.
Yeah, but back then, it was like the whole beginning of baseball and stuff like that. Now, the pitching speeds increased now.
Of course. They be juicing too.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure back then it was like 70 miles per hour.
Right.
Fastballs. Now you got 90.
No, they're still about 90.
90?
They're still about 90.
Now they're like almost over
98, 100. Right.
Now.
But some of them got caught juicing too. I forgot their names, but a couple of baseball players got kicked off for 80 games and all that good
stuff. But
it's
just like this whole point of juicing is just like to keep up with
performance.
With the performance. So it's like, it's sad to hear that, but it's the unfortunate pressures. Do you think basketball players do that as well?
Yeah, they got caught.
Of course, yeah.
Some got caught too?
Yeah. Football players.
Right. Kobe, no, right? Kobe never. Never. Okay.
He loved basketball too much. If Kobe never got hurt that year before he retired, because he tore his Achilles, that year before, and then it came back a year. If that never happened, bro, he probably would have been like, let me give it 2 more years. But, his body... It didn't matter how much shape he got in that year later. His body said, his body said like...
Yeah, but he came back though. That was the good thing after the surgery.
Yeah.
But he wasn't the same after that, but...
Yeah.
He tried to prove it, I could still play, but...
Well, he dropped 60 points before he
retired.
On his last game.
On his last game. So it was just like, I mean, nobody jumped, but anyway.
But
just
Kobe,
for show.
Right.
Just for show.
Kobe's a living legend.
Just like...
it's a spiritual legend.
When it's your last game, they kind of keep it... They make it easy on you, and they just... All right. They let him see...
Who said that?
No, that's what happens.
They do.
They do?
Yeah, they kind of like ease off on him. If they know they're going to make him do all his shots.
Oh, see, I didn't know that.
Just like when Melo, when this last game in New York, he dropped like a whole bunch of points. I forgot. I think we were there at that game.
Were we?
Yeah, his last game.
Oh, wow.
It was like,
we're talking about a few years ago.
Right. And he did his thing.
Yeah, he dropped his thing, like threes after threes. Like,
I mean, I feel...
You can tell, you can see like all the players just like stay away from him. Yeah, all right. We know you shoot it. Take your shine, get your shine,
Right. 10 3-pointers, do your thing.
Yeah, do your thing.
I feel like Kobe was too much of a competitor to go down that road. And
the legacy, man.
He knew what his people want. Yeah, they're not gonna throw the whole legacy away.
Right.
I mean, how many rings he had? 6 rings.
5 rings.
5 rings. I mean, he would. I don't think he would throw it away for some for a few stats, for stat padding. You know what I mean?
Well, we're gonna see, man. But one more person who passed away though
recently. Larry King.
Larry King.
Yeah.
Wow. How old was Larry King?
He was in the 80s also.
Old, man. He's old.
No, he's past 80.
That's not-
Yeah, no, it's
Age is
86,
not
86,
He's like a
87.
prune.
Yeah, come on.
So disrespectful.
Come on. You
No,
said
you know what? Not with all respect. Like when I used to work in the bank, we used to watch CNN all the time, and that was like one of my favorite parts of the show was watching Larry King live.
Oh, okay.
Aw,
Yeah,
see?
so that was like part of my daily routine.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and he used to have all the interviews with all these artists and everything, and it was
The
I enjoyed
celebrities
it,
and
even
stuff.
though he had like a serious face to it. You know, he had that dry humor, and I loved it.
Right.
I love dry humor.
His demeanor was it was unique. Yeah,
it was very unique.
definitely.
The suspenders and the glasses.
Yo, all I know is this, man. Larry King is a legend to me because he had his last kid at like 70 or something like that.
Okay.
He said, I had one more to go.
Is he changing diapers? Like, stop it.
Man, listen, at what age do you stop having kids?
Well,
To be like, I'm good.
men don't, right? Men always
No,
have the
no,
capacity to always still perform.
Correct.
Right, but Larry King was like, babe, we're like 40-year difference, so you good.
He had like
87
marriages.
years old, bro.
Didn't he have like he was divorced
Yeah,
multiple
he died at
times?
87. Huh?
I think the number is 7 divorces or 8 like he was married 8 times
7
and then,
divorces,
and
yeah.
7 divorces.
Talk about legacy.
That's the equivalent of rings.
An equivalent. 8 rings.
8 rings.
8 rings.
8 championships.
Who's the one that sings the rings? Ariana Grande. Who's the one that
which one?
the rings?
The rings.
Ariana Grande.
I don't know.
Is it 16
Beyonce.
rings? No.
Put a ring on it?
Put her
ring on
no.
it.
Ariana Grande, she's the one who says, now I'm gonna get mad because now I can't remember.
Okay, but you got to listen to this, though. So the King's children are Andy Candy, 65 years old, Larry King, 59, Shia King, 51, Chance King, 21,
What?
and Cannon King, 20 years old.
Wow.
This dude aim at the basket was legendary.
Same with the basket.
It was
It's on
like
point.
so you got to think about 65 to 59. So it was like
Nothing but net. Is that what it is?
And then for a minute, it was like boing, boing, boing. So that must be the divorces, right? He's going through it like, but he found one.
No, Ariana Grande, 7 rings.
Oh, 7 rings, right, right.
That's what I was like. I know that number.
And then Cannon King, the final kid. Baby girl.
He's on fire.
Baby girl, we're 30 years different. You be out.
NBA Jam. He's on fire.
Because she has to say to herself, like, yo,
3.
this dude is mad old and I love him, but dude, you really you gonna spot me a kid and you out? Yeah, I'm out. Like, but you got it, right?
And not for nothing. My grandfather was like 86 with a 1-year-old.
He was 87, yeah.
86, 87.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
With a 1-year-old?
Yeah, with a 1-year-old, yeah. Back on.
Wow.
Who is this?
That's that island talk right there.
Island talk.
Yeah, that's a whole.
What country? What country?
El Salvador.
El Salvador, stand up. My God, man. You gonna do that to your wife?
You got 2, but that's it.
No comment.
That's that.
No comment.
But
Steph loves her man, though.
oh, nothing. But my grandfather had like 20-something kids.
Oh.
Same wife, except for that one child.
Oh.
Yeah.
Before he left.
Yeah.
Remember what you do. Gotta go.
The sound
Nothing but
effects.
net.
Hold on, Jordan. Gotta go. 6 rings. So look, man, we'll be right back. This was Larry King, y'all. Wow. So Larry King, the Black Mamba,
Hank Aaron.
R.I.P. 20 Talk.
Let's do it.
Guys, so I watch a lot of shows.
We all do.
Right? I watch a lot of shows.
Who doesn't? Who doesn't?
I mean, no, it's like a lot of shows, but King Karim watched too much shows because he's stuck now.
No
he said
way.
Tuesdays and
Yeah.
Wednesdays, I don't know what to watch. And
He's
it's
in
like
that
that's
void right now.
right, and that's kind of scary, right?
Stuck there.
But you know how we have those moments where there's certain shows you're like, I don't feel like watching that for real, but I heard about it. But there's a show called Bridgerton
Yes.
that I have to watch
Yes.
because this thing has been really popular talk on Facebook. Right, so this show is basically about wealth, lust, betrayal, sets against the backdrop of a Regency era in England. You know, it's just basically about a powerful family, dating, who's going to become king, who's going to become queen, who's going to hold it down for another
For the
another
next
century,
generation, yeah.
next generation,
Yeah.
right?
So it's like another timepiece, but Bachelorette, right?
Bachelorette.
Who said that?
In the 1800s.
In the 1800s, you said that, right?
Bachelorette in the 1800s, right? So all I know is it's pretty dope because I see a light-skinned guy who's doing the damn thing, right? And I'm like, wait a minute. I don't get it. I thought this show was about, 1700s England. Not New England in Boston.
England,
We're talking about England in the 17 or 1800s, those type of times, right? But this guy named Roger Jean Page.
Yep.
Right? He's probably Haitian because, Jean.
He's very handsome. I have to agree.
He got 2 first names?
Right. Roger Jean.
Jean Pierre.
They couldn't choose between his names.
You know you're cool when you get 2 first names.
Yeah.
First and last name. You got 2 first names.
Or if you get 2 last names, I heard you like dangerous.
I never heard that.
Oh, yeah.
Watch out for that guy.
Like, well, did you say Charles Anthony? Oh, no, I'm good. Like, I think he's killed before, right? But that's the rumor. But anyway, the most important thing about this show, I heard this fact that I really have to get into it. But Shonda Rhimes, and if you don't know who Shonda Rhimes is, my God, man, you guys need to hide, or you've been hiding too long. Scandal.
Yeah.
Yep.
What's another one?
Grey's Anatomy.
Another one.
Private Practice.
How to Get Away with Murder.
How to Get Away with
love
Murder.
that show.
Another
Viola
one.
Davis. Oh, my girl.
Yo, so the story behind her, I believe, Dre, you told me about the story, how ABC played her. Like they said, nah, we good. And she said,
she went to Netflix.
Well, what happened? What basically happened? Oh, no, was it you, King Karim? When they said that basically
I think they
ABC
were having
said,
probably idealistic, I guess in terms of show views and all that stuff. I guess she wanted to be more creative in terms of, I guess, creating shows.
Oh, you mean more creative freedom and things like that, just to kind of do her own thing?
Probably.
See, but Netflix be letting you do that though.
Right. Netflix do once your name is solidified,
it's like, oh yeah, you want to do that? Okay, fine.
Right.
We'll give you a budget. Here you go.
Do what you want to do. But here's the rumor. Y'all not gonna believe this shit. It has to be a rumor. Right? Okay. I didn't hear it's true. So she went to Disney World or something like that, right? Remember? Rumor. Went to Disney World or Disneyland, one of the two. She had family.
Rumor has it.
And she said, yeah, I'm trying to bring X amount of people. So, ABC's with Disney World or Disneyland, one of the two again. This is Rumorville. I said it's funny when I heard it. They said, nah, we can't do that for you. You can't bring X amount of people. So she says,
for real?
You sure? I'm Shonda Rhimes, ABC writer, producer.
Damn.
Okay. She calls ABC, one of the top people. Yeah.
Speed dial.
Yeah. I'm just trying to get in here with the extra people, to Disney World. They said, yeah, we can't do that for you.
What?
Remember, this is a rumor.
This is a rumor. Sorry.
Right.
So she said, yo, stop playing. It's just one of my cousins. Nah, we can't do that.
It says here, one of the things that it says she left ABC after execs told her she was asking for too much. After being with ABC 15 years.
Wow, that's crazy. How you asking for too much when you're able to produce? I mean, hit after hit.
Another one.
That's crazy.
Making all this money for them and just...
Could you imagine that though? But what if the action too much was just going to Disney World and saying, I just need to bring, my cousin came through. Nah, we can't bring your cousin.
Stop playing ABC. You know you can afford it. Stop playing.
Unbelievable.
Disney, you can afford it. Stop playing.
Now she has another hit show, Bridgerton,
yep.
On Netflix. And Netflix was like, yo, let me know if you want a limo, mixed in with that could fly. Let us know. We got it.
That could fly.
Yeah, you need a limo that can fly, boo? We got you. ABC is probably yo, we effed up for real.
This is where my $2 is going.
An extra $2.
Yeah, extra
$2.
King Karim, is it worth it?
A month.
I didn't watch Bridgerton yet, but it's on the to-do list.
It's definitely, that's your Tuesday or Wednesday.
That's the Tuesday or Wednesday that you don't have.
That you don't have. That you said you need.
That you need.
Right. And I definitely need a weekday joint. You know what I mean? So
she left a $15 million a year job.
$15 million.
So with a multi-year, $150 million.
Who does that?
Contract with Netflix.
And of course, she's still getting money because residuals, royalties.
Does she get royalties? I was gonna say.
Yeah, easily.
People always gonna watch all these shows. They're on Netflix now.
If they're on reruns and things like that, yeah.
That's so there's crazy. People like me. There's probably a good 3 million people that had never watched Scandal for real. And
Scandal was dope.
Well, binge watch.
You watched it?
I watched Scandal.
See, I didn't watch Scandal.
I didn't watch all of it, but I watched it. When I work, used to watch all the time. Like,
Right.
You see?
ABC, yeah.
See, but you were telling me about it.
Somebody else put me onto it. Like, watch this, the drama. Oh my gosh, she's
good.
so
It's
good.
good.
Right.
And then so now when you started talking about Scandal, I was like, oh, How to Get Away with Murder. I was like, I love that show. So I don't know, ABC, you kind of messed up with that one.
Yeah, but you know what, ABC, they've been here forever, so they're good forever.
They're not going anywhere.
Yeah, but it's just like, wow. But thank you, Netflix. You picked up a legend.
Appreciate it.
$2. Take it.
Yeah,
appreciate it.
So it's all good.
She has 16 seasons of Grey's Anatomy. 16 seasons.
What?
She's a creator of Grey's Anatomy.
She's equivalent to Dick Wolf, almost.
Oh, okay.
Dick Wolf, writer Law and Order.
Yeah.
And Dick Wolf got a show right now. He's breaking his own record, because it was at 19. So now it's at 21 with Law and Order Special Victims Unit.
Wow.
So he's like breaking his own record. So she's there. Her goal is probably like, I could write a show that could last for 20 seasons.
Isn't
Good
it,
for them.
Marissa Yargate, right? Law and Order?
Marissa Harigate.
Yeah.
And she's a producer now for the past 3 years.
Look at that.
Yeah, she's beasting, right? So, I'm going to definitely check out the show this week, and we suggest everybody do too. So let's move on.
But I think it got picked up for a second season too.
Yeah, and it got picked up.
It did, right?
Yeah.
So if you guys have a chance, just take a look. I mean, we saw the first episode and I was kind of like, okay.
Right.
A little fun fact. The queen is actually based on a real queen.
Oh.
Queen Charlotte. Married King George III.
She looks black, by the way, people. I'm going to say it.
Well,
we saw the picture. We saw the nose.
her bloodline is from
so she's biracial.
Biracial African descent.
She's biracial. Oh, okay. Got it.
Okay, so we beyond got that because, Black History Month is coming next month. So
exciting.
There's a lot of things that will be popping up.
Absolutely.
Real soon.
Again.
Yeah, you're going to be like, wait, who's black? Anyway, so I can't wait for one movie that's about to come out this freaking Friday. HBO Max, right?
Oh, HBO Max.
Yes!
Denzel Washington, man. The Little Things.
Little Things. Oh, the trailer looks so dope.
Man.
If you haven't had an opportunity, I can go ahead and post that on Facebook on 20Talk20. It's an amazing trailer. You looking at Jared Leto. Oh, love that.
Jared Leto. Awesome.
Love him. So he was also in Suicide Squad.
Yep, the Joker.
So I mean, he's a phenomenal actor in that sense. And Andre, you was talking about. Sorry, I used the government name.
That's
Dre
fine.
Nice.
Dre Nice.
That's fine.
Don't get it right. Don't get it twisted. Get it right.
I don't get upset.
Not like some other people.
Oh man, keep going. You were talking
about. Who was the other actor that was featured?
Rami Malek.
Oh.
Yeah.
Mr. Robot.
Mr. Robot.
Mr. iRobot, right? No, is it Mr. Robot?
Mr. Robot,
I apologize. iRobot's the other one.
Mr. iRobot.
You're talking about Will Smith.
Will Smith.
Yeah, you know what? I love that movie.
I love that movie too.
I watched it like 3 times.
It's so good.
Yeah. But anyway.
Yeah, it's going to be on HBO Max and on theaters Friday.
What theater?
Who's going to the theater?
Well, some theaters are still open in the U.S. In Jersey, they're open.
I'll give you $2 and you just give me popcorn and I'll say I was here.
They don't count.
So it's going to be a psychological thriller.
Right.
Yeah, so I can't wait for that, man.
So basically, Denzel Washington's character is looking for a killer. He knows who the killer is, but they need to put the proof together.
Always about evidence.
And Rami Malek, I think, is the FBI agent that's in charge of investigating the cases.
Right, and he's doing his best to figure out, how can we catch this guy without messing up the whole case?
Right.
Because Denzel knows. He knows that it's him.
Right.
And Jared Leto's character is taunting him throughout the whole. I think this is going to be a back and forth thing.
Cat and mouse game. Cat and mouse game.
Yep.
Right.
But like catch me if you can kind of deal.
They have a star director and writer. I mean, the writer and director is John Lee Hancock. He did The Blind Side.
Nice.
Oscar movie.
Oscar winning
that
movie.
Was Sandra Bullock was in that. Yeah.
Based on a true story.
So I mean, there's definitely potential.
Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely want to hear your feedback.
Right.
We're definitely talking about this next week. The little things.
Yeah, definitely on the to-do list this week.
Right. And
what's on the do list? We have Bridgerton,
Little Things,
and then
there's one more.
There's one more, right?
White Tiger on Netflix.
White Tiger, Bollywood.
Yep. Priyanka Chopra Jonas.
Is it Jonas?
Yeah. Did she take the name? Yeah, she took the name.
She did? I didn't even know.
That's awesome. That's what I'm talking
Priyanka
about.
Chopra Jonas.
So she's the producer on that one, or?
Yep.
And she started in it. She's
And she's starring in it too.
She started. She's one of the actors in it. I don't think she's a starter. The main character I never heard of. But he did a phenomenal job in this movie. I mean, there's something about a foreign
gangster flick,
up and coming of age gangster movie, like you could say that keeps it nitty gritty and like you'd be like, whoa, this is what life is like. I mean, I remember watching City of Men.
Right.
I mean, that took place in Brazil.
Right.
I mean,
City of
is that on Netflix too?
God,
yeah, there's two of them.
You did say that.
There's City of Men and City of God.
Right.
Two movies that took place in Brazil. These are back in the 2000s. I think 2004, 2007.
Yeah.
And then we had like Slumdog Millionaire.
Right.
You know, people say it's Bollywood because it's filmed in India, but they don't meet the Bollywood criteria. There's no singing. There's no dancing. Right. It's just like a regular movie. You know, and the acting is just phenomenal.
Right.
Phenomenal.
So that's something definitely to look for. So guys, if you have that, put on your to-do list.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Check those stuff out, guys.
And you just gotta always remember, man, it's just like watching Lupin, right?
Yeah.
Like there's a point where King Karim just said, "Yo, I gotta go watch Lupin," and I'm like, "Lupin, what's that?"
Lupin was
right?
dope.
Oh,
so
dope.
Out the blue, it just locks you in, and you got to give it a chance.
Yeah.
You know, some people, and I've done that before. I didn't feel like watching it, but you know what? There's a point I said, "Yo, Lupin is insane." So I'm gonna definitely take King Karim's word for it, and definitely go watch White Tiger. When does White Tiger drop?
It's out.
It's out already. Yeah.
A couple days ago.
Body did it. Yeah, I mean, and when I said it, for me, it's definitely a movie that kept you glued to your seat.
Mm-hmm.
No phone, no distraction. I mean, you know, and it definitely pulled you in. You know what I mean?
The White Tiger.
The White Tiger.
Because let me tell you why. There was a movie. I used to be a martial arts fanatic. Still am. But, you know, Marvel kind of took the martial arts.
They called you the White Tiger?
Right. No. You stupid. No. What I'm saying is you stupid. I just know.
That was your martial arts name? The White Tiger.
You doing that shit with that hip now?
Word stuff.
You can't get around house kid with these pants on.
I'm coming with the dagger. Sorry.
Guys, leave my hip out of this moving forward, yo. Leave my hip alone, man.
It's a lot of love.
I'm telling you, March 18th, I'm dating and I'm backflipping with a new hip. Anyway, the reason I said that, there's a movie called White Tiger that came out in 96. It was he's a DVD movie, video movie back in the day. And I don't want you to get it mixed up and look for it and you can't find it. So the movie we're talking about now
is The White Tiger.
The White Tiger.
Nice.
Gotcha, gotcha.
And you know, like King Karim said, it's not really a Bollywood movie. It's a good ass movie.
Yeah.
Go watch it. You know what I
mean? Like if you watch any of your coming of age, like, you know, like one that recently came out was Charm City Kings with Meek Mills.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes. Good movie.
So, you know, and it shows this kid growing up and the things that's going on in the streets of Philly.
Right.
Or was it Baltimore or Philly?
No, Philly.
You know what I mean? So, and it puts you in the heart of Philly when you watch Charm City King.
Right.
You know what I mean? When you watch The White Tiger, yeah, you're gonna be like, it puts you like, yo, damn, India is like this.
Right.
You know what I mean? It opens your eyes to like, damn, this is what I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
Couldn't believe what happens out there, bro.
Brother, Charm City, real.
I didn't have a chance to see that.
Well, I've been to Philly.
Recommended.
Real.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, grace to God, nothing happened to me and my boys. Was in college, but we woke up, car got ran through.
Damn.
Dope.
My boy was a hood legend because he decided to have a little DVD player in the middle of the thing in his truck. And we were like college kids. And I was like, fam, you need that? Like, that's important? He said, hell yeah. I said, okay. Man, they ripped that shit right off the hinges. I said, yo.
Wow.
Damn.
Yeah, broken window and everything. Philly's real.
For real.
Philly's real.
Yeah,
man.
to see the out of town plates, you know, it's.
Yeah, the Florida, Virginia place. They
Target.
was like,
You ain't from around here.
They said,
easy target.
lunch. You know what I mean? So we have so much to talk about, man. One more movie that we got to tell you guys about. Outside the Wire.
Dope.
Man.
Dope.
Who's in it? Who's in it?
Anthony Mackie.
That boy Anthony Mackie.
Who's Anthony Mackie? Oh.
Anthony Mackie.
Falcon.
Hurt Locker.
Falcon.
Yeah, remember the Hurt Locker? That Army
Hurt
movie
Locker,
back in the day?
Yes.
Yeah, man.
Who else was in that? I think it was Jared. No, I'm not saying Jared Leto. I'm thinking about him. It was the other gentleman.
For which one?
Hurt Locker.
Jeremy Renner.
Jeremy Renner. I did. Yeah, I was like, I knew they worked together before.
Guy Pearce, Ralph Fiennes, David Morse.
Oh man, that was a good movie.
So if you guys believe in Skynet, you guys would definitely believe in Outside the Wire.
Again with the
My man,
series.
should I say spoiler alert?
Evangeline Lilly.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
Okay, go ahead.
He's an AI bio robot.
Yeah, you can spoil it.
You know,
yeah.
so he's. I don't want to spoil the premise of it, but you know, he's pretty much doing his own thing.
You just did, bro.
He's making his own memes.
Yeah, probably. That's the whole movie right there.
He's making
memes.
Dude, that's when those memes come
The
from.
Bernie memes, bro.
Guys, it don't matter if you spoil it anymore. People will still watch it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the movie was dope.
Right.
Take a watch.
Right.
5 stars, man. It was a good movie.
Right.
It kind of goes quick at the end.
Where does it? Where can you find? Outside the
Netflix.
World? On Netflix.
My favorite platform, Netflix.
Jeez, I should have never asked.
Take my $2. Take my $2.
I should've never asked.
We just call it +2.
+2.
+2.
Yeah, +2.
+2 got it, man. it is what it is.
For Outside the Wire. +2.
And the movie's dope because the kid from Damson Idris, the kid from
Snowfall.
Yeah,
that's my show. Snowfall
And,
season 4 is coming.
Season 4 is definitely coming, and it looks real. I saw the preview.
What's Snowfall? What's that?
Snowfall, I think started off on USA or FX, and then it basically takes place in California, Southern Cali. And it talks about the government bringing drugs into the United States, into a lower class neighborhood. It's
purposively.
It's
on purpose.
Deep. It's deep.
Ooh, now I have to see it now.
It's deep.
So now my checklist. I have Bridgerton. I have Snowfall. I have White Tiger.
Was it Charming City?
Excuse me, The White Tiger.
Charm City's there too.
And then I have The Little Thing. So I have a busy schedule.
Yeah.
Another good movie I just watched is Cutthroat City. I mean, and that's another movie that it puts you in the heart of New Orleans after Katrina.
Oh,
yeah. So and
I can't even imagine how the setting is that.
So you need to see, that definitely wouldn't be. Shout out to these directors, these producers who can recreate the scenery and make it so visual that wow, like I couldn't believe what happened to these people post Katrina and how it affected them. I mean, it's another coming of age gangster movie. Grown, and it's like you can see the trend if you watch the White Tiger, Charm City Kings, Cutthroat City. I mean, you just
also they have like the kind of like the same premise, right? Okay.
But the different locations mean everything.
Right. And it's so many actors in this one too as well. Shamik Moore. He played the voiceover of the Spider-Man animation.
Yep, Spider-Man.
Latest when I came out. Denzel Whitaker from The Great Debaters with Denzel Washington. And by the way, he looked like he dropped the easy 40, 50 pounds. You know what I mean? He looked
good for him.
Yeah, he looked sharp. You know, T.I., of course. Terrence Howard. You know, cult favorite actor. Terrence Howard, you know.
You're in love with this guy? Oh my God.
It's a couple of new actors.
Did he get kicked off the show already? Terrence Howard?
I don't know. I've heard. Is that true?
No. I'm saying he always dies or something.
Rumor has it.
I don't know, man.
He's always like playing the bad guy.
But you mentioned that you talked about different animations, but like with all these great shows going on, like what is your guilty pleasure? Like what is
pleasure?
Like what is your favorite show? Like you got no business watching it, but it's like I'm gonna watch it anyway.
No business watching it. Well, I do have business watching it because that's just something I just love to watch. So what happened with me? Matter of fact, let King Karim go first.
I was watching Transformers on Netflix, and the CGI cartoon on Netflix, and season 1, season 2. You know what I mean? I bodied it.
You bodied it? Did you wear your onesies too?
Oh, man. He said
Transformer
onesie.
Yeah, Transformer onesies and your little toys and shit.
I had all my toys out watching that.
Oh, man.
Screaming at the TV, let's go.
Oh, man. Yeah, trust me. Some of these, don't sleep on the animations, man.
Right.
You know, and it definitely takes you to a young place. You know, and like it kind of like wow, like if you look from the 80s and the 70s and what it is now, and it's still going. I wish I invested in those things when I was younger.
Right.
You know what I mean? You would be millionaires by now.
Wow.
Because that's like a stock that's something that's never gonna go. It's always gonna be there.
Right.
You know, so
you can be 80 years old. Let me go on Netflix. Oh, I remember watching Transformers.
What's your favorite?
My favorite guilty pleasure is reality shows.
Oh yeah. I'm in
I
there.
love like Survivor. I was hooked on
Survivor?
I was never hooked on it, but then once I started, I saw one season. It was called Heroes versus Villains.
This guy used to come to school talking about the real world. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, Andreas, like, yeah. Sorry, Trey Nice. Yeah, the real world. But then the real world Las Vegas came out. And I got addicted to it.
I just love
really?
the competitiveness of all that shows, man. Like, I even applied to Survivor like 3 times.
Oh, really?
I went to like 3 auditions.
He went to the auditions and everything. Yeah, it was legit. It was
video submissions,
video submissions and things like that. And
I'm like, I could win this, bro.
you can win it, but you got to get on it
my
first.
social game, would probably be on point.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
But
I can see that.
It was so bad. Like at one
I'll be
point,
the nice guy. Oh, Drake can't do no wrong.
yes, you can.
They would have voted him off the island.
Meanwhile, I'm deceiving everybody behind the
Get your
scenes.
soft ass off the island, son.
He was obsessed at one point. I was like,
obsessed with it.
and it was like
And Amazing Race, bro.
And I went ahead and I got him like a birthday cake with the Survivor
logo.
cake logo on it. Absolutely.
Did he have his onesie on too?
He did. He sure did. He
I had
sure did.
my Survivor bandana, bro.
It was funny.
Survivor's bandana.
But it was obsessed, and like I admire him for trying to do that, but it wasn't easy getting on. So
I believe it.
Still not easy.
Right. Till this day, right?
Yeah, dude, got so many submissions. Like I said, you don't know what type of character they're looking for.
Right.
Or type of, like, I guess.
They wasn't looking for you.
It wasn't
Right.
exactly.
Right. It's tough. I had a friend who went on American Idol.
Oh.
And he didn't make it. And he could sing. And I was just like, you didn't make the cut?
That's crazy.
But then you have to have a story.
And sometimes it's the story.
That's true.
His
Some people
background
have
story.
some
Rags to
actors out
riches kinda
there,
deal,
right? Some actors out there or rappers, they got some phenomenal stories.
I got a story.
Man,
I got a story. I remember another guilty pleasure. But I made it. I was in a relationship, and then it was every Sunday night. Me and the girl I was with at the time. It was Desperate Housewives.
really?
Desperate Housewives. And I used to say, "Oh, I watch it for you. I watch it for you." But I was on that shit before she was. I was like, "Yo, I'm not even gonna joke about that."
He'll have the wine ready.
Yo.
Babe, let's go. Let's do it.
Oh my God.
King Kareem was watching Desperate Housewives solo.
With your little cup of wine.
I was like, and like I said, when a story pulls you in, a story pulls you in. And they had it for that show too. You know what I mean? So, but guilty pleasures. Everybody does them. Don't say you don't got none.
Oh, I have one.
We want to hit.
I have one. I have.
I'm
It's
listening.
RuPaul's Drag Race. I am obsessed with drag queens. It's
Really?
crazy. Here's what it is. It's a mixture of drama, fashion, and just good old laughs. But the thing with Drag Race, they each have their own stories.
Yeah.
And their stories are touching. A lot of them are poignant. And you have a lot of stories about them coming out, them having difficulty coming out to their parents, losing loved ones to AIDS and HIV and things like that. But it's, drama filled. And RuPaul, looks gorgeous doing it. So that's my guilty pleasure.
I watched some episodes of her, but sometimes some of them are straight.
It was for him.
It was for him.
Who was for him?
You did it. You watched it for your husband. That's beautiful.
He watched it for you, but
You'd be surprised. Some of them look amazing.
They look
as drag queens, bro.
women.
You can't tell. You can't tell.
It's an art. It is an art.
They have different forms of it.
Quick question.
Wow.
Quick
You have
question.
some of them that put too much makeup on, but that's like, I think that's the thing.
That's
one of the genres.
that's their signature style and things like that.
Over too much makeup on.
Catch him at Dre Nice.
Exaggerate
11.
the features.
He got makeup tips.
Steph, the Oracle. Please tell me you watched P Valley. You didn't. If you need to, now after you say what you said just now, please take a chance and watch P Valley.
You know what? I think it was just a mixture of just school this week. It was a little tough. I didn't watch nothing this week. I was trying to watch The Flight Attendant, couldn't do it, but. But I have my list
and
now.
dash.
Trash and dash.
But that's my guilty pleasure.
Wow.
Absolutely,
I'll still
love
give it
that
a
show.
chance, but I'm fighting.
I got locked in, man. Towards the end, it just got better and better. If you watch it, you'll understand. So guys, those are the guilty pleasures. My guilty pleasure.
Yeah,
real
what
quick,
about
I apologize.
yours? Yeah, what
it takes
about
20 seconds. Everything Marvel makes.
Nice.
Everything.
nice.
Animation especially. I watch Batman's over and over, the Spider-Man, the Justice League movies. It just gets better and better every 8 months. Something comes out, or 6 months.
Speaking of guilty pleasures, this is 20 Talk, and we want to know what your guilty pleasures are.
Ooh.
Steph, where can they find us?
Oh, guys, you guys can find us on all major podcast platforms. So we're on Anchor, we're on Spotify, we're on Google, we're on Breaker Radio, and we're on Radio Public. And you can follow us at 20 Talk 20. You can also follow us on Facebook, on Insta, and on Twitter at 20 Talk 20, guys. So follow, like, and share, and we'll be back.
We are here to talk about, this is a Funny Talk segment actually, and we're here to talk about Lauryn Hill's little sister, Keyshia Cole. And if you don't know why I call her Lauryn Hill's little sister, you probably didn't see the versus battle. So it was Ashanti versus Keyshia Cole's.
Yep.
Shout out Long Island, shout out Glen Clove.
Long Island, Glen Cove, slash Queens, right?
Slash Queens,
Oyster Bay area.
You don't want to fight nobody, right?
Nah, I'm good.
Shout to the Bay Area, of course. Baby girl was fashionably late.
I'm late.
Fashionably late.
I'm late. I'm late. I'm here.
She looked awesome.
On a very important date.
So I don't know if y'all remember, they were supposed to battle maybe close to a month ago, but Ashanti got sick for a minute.
She tested positive.
But she's doing fine now. She's great, obviously. And then we had to wait for Keyshia Cole's for about 25 minutes or so. And
I thought you were gonna say we had to wait for a month for her as well.
Nah,
she made her wait a month. So why not?
She
made her wait
a minute for each day.
No, she showed up. She showed up. Thank God, because some people, I don't know if you know them, but they usually cancel. They say, "Yeah, I'm not gonna make it." After tickets were sold. So but she was late, but she came back fashionably late and looking flawless as usual. Only God knows what happened. But the main thing was several things. They were playing songs. Well, Ashanti was playing songs while she wasn't there. She was playing songs that we wanted to hear in the battle, in the pre verses. So it was like somebody wrote, "Why are you playing that song already?"
Oh, so she's giving up the goodies early.
Yeah. Pause. Right? So people were like, "Why are you playing that song already? Like that's a battle song." So into the battle, when Keyshia Cole showed up, they finally started battling. There's some songs people were like, "What song is this? Like, what song is that? Like, oh my God, you using this song?" And then
but how many people were watching?
1.1 million.
My goodness.
1.1 million. And again,
Just
I have
to be disappointed.
Right, but I have to stress this again, and I have to say it again. They both look phenomenal.
Oh, they look amazing.
Man. Phenomenal.
I always thought Ashanti was bad.
Yeah, I mean, but they're both beautiful women, man. And the fact that Keyshia Cole had kids, God is great. Because she looks phenomenal.
Yeah, Ashanti still look the same, bro. Like,
yeah, literally.
And she's what, almost 40, I guess?
Ashanti's 40.
Yeah.
Keyshia Cole's 39.
Oh, right. They are. Oh, okay. They're at King Karim's age. So, man, listen. They look phenomenal, But the battle could have been better. People were upset. And there's a point when it went from 1.1 million and it dropped down to like 900,000. It's just like, but hey, 1.1 million people listening.
That's still a lot, though.
That's insane, yo. And on YouTube, Steph, you said
I was over 2 million views on YouTube. So I was like, wow, okay.
So that means they got paid.
But that don't mean I still sat through and watched it. So sorry, YouTube.
It wasn't like the Jeezy battle versus who was that?
Gucci Mane.
For Gucci Mane, because somebody was like, let me see if somebody gets shot. But thank God nobody got shot in that battle. People were actually saying that, like, yo, what if somebody just say F that? Money talking too much.
Shots fired.
Yeah.
Shots fired.
But let me ask you guys are fans of Ashanti and Keyshia Cole?
Oh, definitely.
Back in the day, yeah, definitely. Ashanti. Easily. Sent from heaven.
Mm-hmm. That's not Ashanti.
Yes, it is.
That's Keyshia Cole.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Oh, my goodness.
She's been drinking.
Wait a minute. That's
your third cup.
That's my sixth cup.
You guys don't know what we do here at 20 Talk.
Oh, she said Ashanti.
I'm so embarrassed.
She said it confidently. She said, "Oh, Ashanti, sent from heaven." People gonna be like, "Wait, what?"
Yo, rewind that.
Yeah. So
like that was so confidently wrong.
That's King
Rewind it. Let's start over.
Oh my God.
He's giving me the white wine. He's mixing the red. He's just
Definitely his fault.
They don't know what we do here at 20 Talk behind the scenes. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Yeah, the table has drinks.
Definitely has drinks.
Food.
I got my water. That's what I'm gonna say.
And I'm gonna say, definitely, Ashanti and Keyshia Cole, epic singers. You know what I mean?
But wasn't an epic battle though. You have to watch it. You didn't get a chance to see it?
I didn't get a chance to watch it, but I'm reading about it now, and it says Billboard said Ashanti won.
Oh, she probably, she probably did.
Yeah, Ashanti won with a score of 12 rounds to Keyshia Cole's 10 rounds.
Okay.
With 3 rounds resulting in a tie.
Did that conclude the pregame?
With the pregame, right? We don't know.
We don't know.
We don't know if she threw it at the end because I stopped after Sent from Heaven from Keyshia Cole. I was like, I'm good.
I didn't even know they were.
Are you sure it's still Keyshia Cole?
Did she play all her other hits like like with Ja Rule and stuff like that?
Yeah, she played those. Yeah, she played those.
But always
towards the end,
baby. Later.
He's from Queens, so you good. You good. You straight. But yeah, they played all those. Once you got a chance to go listen to it, little commercials, right. IG, they played all of those. But Ashanti's music, I think they had better production overall, man. It with Ja Rule, the Murder Inc. movement, man, they had a movement for like 5 years strong.
Yeah, they were really popular.
It was like, yo, who's doing good in Def Jam? And I had people who I know used to work in Def Jam around that time from 2001 to like 04, 05, 03, something like that. They was like, Ja Rule and Murder Inc. and them, they're killing. I mean, forget Jay, because they had their own Rockefeller.
Right, they had their own Rockefeller. Yeah, I was gonna say.
Def Jam, Murder Inc. had Def Jam on their back, killing.
Ashanti had Murder Inc. on their back for a while. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but Murder Inc. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But they're part of Murder Inc.
She carried the
towards the end.
Towards the end, yeah.
Yeah. 50 came along and did what he did.
Oh, that was that.
Destroyed his career.
Right. You know what though? I don't think he destroyed his career per se. What happened was Ja Rule tried to follow suit with the beef instead of just doing his music.
Oh.
If he would have been like, well, you could say what you want to say. This is what I've been doing, and I'm not faking it because this is what I've been doing.
Right.
The love songs. He stopped and he got mad, Yeah,
but I think their beef stemmed outside of music because they grew up in the same area.
Yeah.
So they had beef before the music.
Oh, so they even had beef before that?
Yeah, but it wasn't high school beef or anything like that. It was still into the music.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It all started from
when they were up and coming,
right? Just a simple meet and greet. Just be like, yo, oh yeah, he from da. Oh, okay, peace, man. I heard you doing your thing. I think Ja Rule was kind of arrogant and said, nah, I'm good. Like, he didn't want to give him a dab or something.
Nah.
Remember, these are rumors, so who knows what really happened.
Rumor has it.
But anyway, Keyshia Cole, Ashanti, beautiful ladies, but the battle wasn't as epic. There's more versus battle that passed this battle, in my opinion. Snoop, DMX, of course, easily. Jeezy, Gucci Man, easily. Timbaland, Swiss, easily, Monica, Brandy, easily.
Oh yeah. That one was,
easily.
That was really, really good.
I think that was the first one, right? Brandy versus Monica.
No, that wasn't the first one.
Which was the first one?
The first one was Swiss and
Swiss,
Timbaland, very first one, and then after that it continued. So
that was like something different. Everybody was looking forward to like, yo, this is so awesome.
Right.
The battles.
And there's so much more to come, And off of that stemmed a quick battle. They said, I don't know if y'all know Gibbs, rapper named I was gonna say Jeff Gibbs, but I don't want to get this man's name wrong. But Pusha T was asked to battle this dude named Gibbs, right? So at the end of the day, they said, Gibbs said, yo, why don't we make an album together instead? And everybody was in an uproar.
So they said, kill that noise, kill that joint, kill that mess, and let's just work together.
Right.
See, entrepreneurs.
So having anybody make a decision, like, nah,
it's still up in the air. You know what I mean? It's still up in the air. But you know how that goes. Freddie Gibbs. You know what I mean? Shout out to the Midwest. And, he's one of those rappers who talks about the drug era, the drug movement, and, the hustle. Pusha T, of course, sounds like he's the king of cocaine. If you don't know that, then he'll look at you like, how do you don't know that I'm the king of cocaine by now? And he'll tell you like, yeah, that's what it was, whatever the case may be. So they want them to do a music album together. That's what Joey Gibbs say. So, that'll remain to be seen. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, it was funny. It could have been a better battle, but Ashanti was here by herself playing the hits. Everybody was like, what are you doing? We want to hear that during the battle. And then, the numbers started to decline. But that was just really funny to me.
What other battles are we talking about? We were talking about what happened this weekend.
UFC battles.
The UFC battle.
Oh, speaking of another battle, it went completely left to one guy only.
Left to the ground.
And you know what's crazy? You can't say one guy name without saying the main guy's name. So McGregor.
Yep.
You know what I mean? He got beat up really bad. It's just that simple.
Dustin Poirier gave it to him.
Yeah, and
what's his last name?
Poirier. He's probably a French dude. But he's American though. But Dustin Poirier, they fought before. And
they have.
Yeah,
Conor beat him, right?
Conor beat him.
So this is a revenge fight.
Yeah.
Oh, he came for him.
Right.
Yeah, but it seemed like that he probably didn't train at all. Like, I'm probably just getting the ring.
Who didn't train?
Conor.
Really?
Probably a whip his ass.
Yeah.
I don't think that's what he was saying.
Right. I mean, he got him straight, y'all. It was like,
I don't think there was any like pregame, like the smack talk. Conor wasn't saying anything. I think he just showed up.
And that's the problem. Usually when Conor come through and start talking,
he's serious.
It's always something. It's a big spectacle every time.
Yeah. So this time it was probably just like, I want some money, boom, that's it.
Right. You know what I mean? So it turned out that it wasn't the case.
It's a payday for him. That's all it was.
And then, man, I mean, he took care of him, y'all.
So what does this mean next for him now? What does that mean next for him now?
He has another fight.
That's what I'm saying. He's gonna get his ass beat, but I mean, he has another fight lined up. I mean, he's still getting paid. So.
Right.
Whether or not you lose or win,
he probably got $20 million or something. For
losing?
Well, you get paid regardless, win or lose. You do the deal first,
right.
And then after you do the deal, you fight. So he probably got paid. I'll look it up. He probably got paid $20 million easily because he's that popular.
He got hit with a medical suspension. He can't fight for 6 months.
Oh, really? What happened?
Because he got beat up. Yeah.
How does that even count as a medical suspension? What is that?
You can't fight every X amount of time. Yeah,
he has to recoup. He has to recover.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
He can't fight for at least 6 months.
Oh, so that April fight is not going to happen then.
Yeah, so they hit it with him today. They hit him with the medical suspension.
Oh, so this is just recent.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. So you get your ass handed to you.
You get suspended,
and then you get suspended for losing. So now you feel bad enough that you lost, but then they tell you your ass can't fight again.
Yo, that's a punch in the mouth, right? So
it's a punch in the gut.
He only got paid. I said $20 million. I was exaggerating. He only got paid $5 million.
It's not only right. Only $5 million.
But the winner who won, he only got a guaranteed $1 million. So that's probably his first $1 million fight.
Probably first fight like that.
So that means next fight it's
high
gonna
price.
Be $2 million, $3 million. Yeah, because he's the champion now. Well, in fact, I don't even think they fought for a belt. I think they're both just really ranked 1 and 2 or whatever.
Right.
But he won.
Bragging rights.
Bragging rights, right?
Yeah, but they're tied now, 1-1. So it's they're gonna have to fight again to try to even score.
Well, 6 months from now.
Well, 6 months from now, then. 6 months. Because it ain't happening now.
Right. It's like you have to wait to get your ass beat again.
You gotta wait in line.
Yeah, you gotta wait.
Gonna be fashionably late.
Right. You gotta be. you could be Keyshia Cole's late, bro. Just don't lose this time, man.
Don't lose this time, right?
Man, I'm talking about there's some fighters out there you just got your hopes for to never lose. Remember Tyson back in the day? It was like, you used to pray look, I know he's beating people in 2 rounds per average, but I don't want him to ever lose moving forward. And then when he first lost, it was like, that could happen to that guy? It's similar to this guy.
Still a human.
Yeah, but this is his 5th fight he lost overall. But the fights that he's been in were so real. Conor McGregor. These fights were big. These were the guys that say he's number 1. Beat him.
He's the one to beat. That's what it was for him.
Like Roy Jones. This is the guy. This guy, boom. This guy, boom. You keep saying this is the guy that's gonna beat me, and send me the guy.
Right. He set him up, line him out.
Shout out to Conor McGregor, man, and no shout out to his barber. I don't know why he got a baldy. He got a baldy just to get beat up. That ain't even make no sense.
That's probably to wiggle out of a headlock or something.
So look, man.
But wasn't he supposed to fight YouTube star. What's
Jake Paul? No, Jake Paul called him out, but
Jake Paul called him out.
Connor's not paying no mind to him.
Is he crazy?
Yeah, he didn't take it.
Is he crazy? That's insane.
Floyd Mayweather tweeted that he was a con artist.
Hey,
he said, "How you losing your own sport?"
You know what else is so
Connor
funny?
McLoser or something like that.
oh man.
You know what else is so funny? Like, are they started with the memes with him?
Yeah.
With him being knocked out?
Yeah, well, we'll talk about that next week.
Oh man.
Nah, but the funny one, they put Bernie in the headlock. Conor McGregor.
Oh, you can't get enough of Bernie.
Oh my god.
I don't think I've had my taste of Bernie this week. It's been
hilarious.
met.
Right.
It's the memes that keep on coming. Man.
Yeah.
I can't get enough.
I'm not gonna lie, those memes get me through the day. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. That's part of my if I don't have a meme or two to make me to push me through,
Right.
You know what I mean? I know I'm not online enough. You know what I mean? Yeah.
It reminded me of that
You're
whole
not online
explosion.
enough.
You remember that last time that explosion with the white lady and the cat?
And the cat.
Oh my God!
Right,
There was not a day that didn't pass by that you didn't see a meme with that lady.
That
Right.
cat was gangster.
That-
Yeah.
Right. That was every day
That
for
was
like maybe
every
3 weeks, y'all.
Easily.
It was just getting ridiculous, man. But Bernie had Beyonce on his lap when Beyonce did a lap dance for. Well, not excuse me, I didn't lap dance, but
No,
the
no, I know.
dance for
No.
Terrence Howard on the BET. That was hilarious, y'all.
Oh my God.
I was like, you guys are too much.
What
y'all.
Bernie Sanders did you see? What meme you saw this week?
I saw the one, like I said, he had the headlock. He had Conor McGregor in the headlock in the octagon. Hey, but he had the mittens around Conor.
Oh my God, yo.
Oh my
There's so much more from McGregor, man.
No, but you know what it is? Like Bernie's a smart man. My dude, he's
monopolizing now.
He's monopolizing now.
Yeah.
He got all his on shirts.
Oh,
and
really?
he's like he's selling them.
Yep, but all for a good cause.
All for a
He's
good
donating
cause,
the money
though.
to charity.
Talking
Oh,
about
wow.
the man has a plan.
He's
He said
all right in my
he
book.
even know he was like he's just trying to keep warm. I mean, he was like, yeah. He said I had my mittens on. I was trying to keep warm. You know, oh man. But
Oh man.
but this is 20 talk. You know what I mean? And we always like to end on a positive note. You know what I mean? And from that point, I'm gonna say we're gonna head to the quote of the show.
Ooh, you ready?
Yeah.
So,
Today's quote of the show is coming from Dre Nice.
Yeah, man. So the quote is, "Difficult roads always lead to beautiful destinations." You know, we all, you know, me growing up personally, I had a lot of difficult roads, and I always stayed positive. I overcame a lot of it, and you know, there's always beautiful things on the other side of when, you know, it's like almost like a phoenix rising out of the ashes.
Nice.
You know, so it's just stay tuned. You know, like stay in tune with your destiny.
Right.
Keep faith, and hopefully things will get better.
And there's a destination for everyone.
This is a destination for everybody.
And everybody's journey is different.
Yep.
Everybody's
Absolutely.
destination is different. So definitely.
I like that, Dre.
Yeah,
I like
That's
that.
a great
you,
one.
guys. Thank you.
That's a great one.
And look at you now.
Yeah,
Found the
man.
perfect moose. You're doing the damn thing, bro. I'm proud of
That's
you,
it,
man.
man. Thanks.
Beautiful wife, kids. Life is good, man.
Yeah, man.
Keep
Can't
striving.
complain.
Life
now.
is blessed. Very,
Keep
very
striving.
blessed.
So, guys, we'll be back next week for episode 5. We love y'all. This is your boy Earn B.
Yo, this your boy King Karam.
This is Dre Nice.
Hey, this is Steph Diarco. We'll catch you on the flip side, guys. Don't forget, follow and share. We're on 20 Talk 20 on Facebook. We're here on Instagram. We're on that
Yeah.
TikTok.
Yeah.
Don't forget, we're on all the major podcasts. Don't forget, we're on Apple. We're on Google. We on Spotify. We on Anchor. We're on Breaker Radio. And
Lord.
like and share. Like and share, guys.
And like. And don't forget this. My Cash App. I'm kidding, guys. I'm
Yo,
kidding.
comment. Guilty pleasures. Let
Yes.
us know. Comment.
Don't forget, all right? So we'll talk to you next week. Peace and love.